Have you ever felt deep down that you were made to something bigger, without knowing how to reach it? What if I told you that the only thing that separates you from this version of you, it is your ability to believe fully, not to hope, not to dream, but to believe as if it were already true. In this video, I will show you how to train your mind to believe the impossible, to the point of making it inevitable. If you want to take control of your life, subscribe now, and tell me in the comments, what is the vision that you don't yet dare to pursue, but that burns within you? 1. Rethink your limits. Who told you what you could do or not do? Is this a rule written in stone? Or just an idea that you've heard enough times to believe in without even questioning it? Since childhood, you have been given labels. That's how you are. You're not made for that. It's too late. You dream too big. And over time, you integrate them. You don't question them anymore. You accept them as invisible software that directs every decision, every action, or every renunciation. But let me ask you a simple question. What if all of this was false? What if your famous limits were just recycled phrases? Copies of worn-out ideas which started long before you, repeated by people who were themselves afraid to try something else. You see, what you consider to be truths are often just collective beliefs, passed down from generation to generation like an old song whose words are never questioned. I'm bad at math. I'm not creative. I'm too shy. I don't have what it takes to succeed. You know the melody, right? But what no one told you is that you can change the soundtrack. You can take each sentence like that and turn it over like a leaf, not to pretend, not to lie to yourself, but for resort, like when you empty your mental closet. Because your thoughts are not facts. These are habits of thinking, and any habit can be broken and then rebuilt. So do this exercise now, while you listen to me. Choose a belief that blocks you. A real one that has already slowed you down in your life. Write it down, just a sentence. Then ask yourself, where does she come from? Is this an isolated experience? A poorly digested failure? A hurtful remark from a teacher, a parent, a friend? Do you have proof? Or just hazy memories supported by your imagination? You see, most of the time what we call reality is actually our emotional interpretation of the past. But this interpretation, you can rewrite it. You have the right. So now that you have identified it, this limiting thought, replace it. Replace it with one vision clear, alive, almost palpable, of what you really want to build. Not a hazy fantasy, not a maybe one day, a direction. A version of you who acts, decides, chooses without asking permission from his old fears. Look at yourself in the mental mirror, not the one who shows you what you have become despite everything, but the one who reveals to you who you can become if you no longer carry around these invisible weights. Do you want to become a writer, business manager, artist, speaker, free? So start thinking like someone who already is. Act once, then 2, then 10. And look what it creates. The hardest limits are not outside. It's not lack of money, opportunities, or degrees. These are the walls that we built ourselves, and that we no longer even dare to push to check if they are solid. Spoiler. Most of them are just cardboard. 2. Create a vision stronger than your reality. Close your eyes for a second. No, really. Shut them up. You are somewhere. It's not a place you know yet, but you feel like it belongs to you. There is this light softly coming in through the window. You feel the heat on your skin. It's your home. Not the home you have today, but the one you've always dreamed of living in. Put down your bag. Walk barefoot on the ground. Feel the texture of the parquet floor or the softness of the carpet under your feet. You move forward. There is a smell, coffee, fresh air, maybe books or paint. Your space, your life, your world, not in 10 years, Then now, you enter your office or your studio or your workshop, this place where you create, where you work with desire. The walls are covered with future memories, photos, projects, ideas hanging there like promises kept. Your phone vibrates, a notification, a customer, an opportunity, a confirmation. You smile. This world is not a dream. It's a construct, and you are the architect. You see, your brain doesn't differentiate between what you experience and what you imagine in an intense, vivid, repeated way. For him, it's experience, an inner reality. And as soon as you make it real inside, he begins to search out the elements that fit with this image. It's like you're saying, here's what I want to see. Filter out everything else. And he does. This is what we call the reticular activating system, a kind of internal radar that sorts information so that you see what is happening, corresponds to your dominant intention. This is why two people can live the same day and see two completely different worlds. One sees problems, the other sees opportunities. Not because reality has changed, because their inner vision is not the same. So ask yourself this question, seriously. What do you see when you close your eyes? Is it blurry? Is it too small? Is it even dream, or a patchwork of other people's expectations? Because if you don't actively choose what you want to see, the world will choose for you. And he will choose small, secure, repeated. But if you're ready to become a painter of your own life, you have to visualize as if your survival depended on it. Do you want a strong body? Visualize yourself training, running, breathing deeply, dressing as you want, without discomfort, without fatigue. Do you want a relationship full of respect and love? Imagine the deep discussions, the laughter, the silent looks that say it all. Do you want to travel? See the landscapes, feel the different climates, hear the foreign languages around you. Do it every day, not as a fantasy, like a mental training. It's not child's play. It's a performance strategy. Athletes do it, artists do it, leaders do it. Because creation always begins in the invisible. What is real today was first a vision in someone's mind. The Eiffel Tower, the planes, your phone, your future. And now it's your turn. Paint it, feel it. Come back to it every morning as we go back to basics, until it was more real than what you are experiencing today. 3. Faith. A decision, not an expectation. Do you want guarantees before acting? Then you will wait all your life. Faith is not a luxury reserved for blind believers. It is not a foggy emotion, nor a sweet spiritual feeling. Faith, the true one, is a mental postures, a position radical in a world that will always tell you, wait and see, wait until you know, wait until it's safe. But those who mark history, those who shake up the lines, those we admire today, they did not wait. They have chose to believe before the evidence. Do you think Oprah waited to be told she had potential? That Elon Musk held all the cards when he dreamed of sending rockets? That Edison had instructions for inventing light? None. They moved forward sans permission. They acted without guarantee. And that's it, faith. Faith is not optimism. It's not hoping that things will get better. It is decide that it will get better because you will make it happen. It's saying to reality, I'm not waiting for you to exist. You don't need signs. You don't need the planets to align. You don't need a divine signal or approval from the world. You need a mental act, a moment of silent, brutal, irreversible truth, where you say, it's me, it's now, it's non-negotiable. And there, everything changes. Not around you, not yet, more inside. Because when you change your internal positioning, you change your external posture. You stop asking. You declare. You no longer hope. You act as if, and the world reacts, slowly at first, then violently, because he senses that you are not bluffing. Do you think you have to see to believe? Number, you must believe to see. Life doesn't offer you proof. She's testing you. She says, "Show me you really want this." And you have to answer without trembling voice. You must respond with actions, not excuses. Yes, you will doubt. It's normal. The fear is there, the lack is there, the void is there. But that's no reason to stop. It is an invitation to move forward despite. Because faith is walking on emptiness, knowing that the ground will be built under your feet. Each step into the invisible creates a trace in reality. Each assertion without proof becomes sooner or later evidence that the world will have no choice but to accept. So no, you don't need to believe it 100%. You need to believe it just enough to take the first step. And this first step is the beginning of your living proof. 4. Objectives. Clear plans, not vague wishes. Do you want your life to change? All right, start by picking up a pen. Not your phone, not your mind. A pen, a leaf. Because as long as it's in your head, it's not real. It's a cloud, a floating thought. And floating thoughts don't build solid futures. To write is to engrave in reality. It's telling your brain, I'm no longer dreaming, I'm committed. But be careful, what you write must be accurate. I want to be happy, too blurry. I want to make more money, insufficient. Your brain can't lead you to a destination if the address isn't clear. Here is the rule. What? Be specific. When? Give a deadline. For what? Connect it to what you feel deeply. Comment. Outline first actions, even imperfect ones. For example, I want to earn more. I want to generate 3,000 euros per month through my independent activity by December, to be able to live freely and offer more to my family. Do you feel the difference? It's no longer a wish. It's a contract. And this contract has another function. It redefines you. A well-formulated goal doesn't just transform your life. It transforms who you should become to accomplish it. If your goal is big, then you will have to raise yourself to his height. Not just learning skills, but also become more disciplined, more resilient, clearer in your choices. This is where identity changes. You no longer define yourself as someone who hopes. You become someone who moves forward with intention. Every action brings you closer. Each step strengthens your new version. So take the test. Take the key areas of your life: health, relations, finances, career, personal development, contribution to the world, and for each of them, sets a clear objective. Then ask yourself, what is the first action I can take this week? What would be a non-negotiable mini-commitment? What version of me will I have to embody to honor this plan? Because that's the secret. It is not the circumstances that decide your evolution. These are the commitments that you write, and that you honor despite the discomfort. And remember, goals are only as powerful as they are. Reviewed regularly, read them, feel them, correct them if necessary, but never let them sleep in a drawer. Clear goals act like an internal GPS. They wake you up when you disperse. They remind you that you're not here to wander, but to create. And in this process, you will discover an astonishing thing. The destination matters, yes, but what you become along the way. This is where the real magic happens. 5. Persistence. The weapon of silencers. There are two types of beats in life: the flashes and the repeated steps. The blasts make noise, they impress, they attract attention, but they disappear quickly. Like fireworks that go high, then fall back into the dark. And then there are those we don't hear. Discreet steps, slow sometimes, heavy, painful, but regular, tireless, unstoppable. Those who move forward, even when nothing motivates them anymore. Those who continue when no one is looking anymore. Do you want to change your life? Forget talent. Forget donations. Do you want real power? Learn to hold on when it no longer shines. Because everything is at stake here, in the flat days, mornings without desire, weeks without results, silences without recognition. Do you think successful people have always been inspired? Do you think they always had faith, energy, clarity? No, they just continued. Where others closed the notebook, left the room, put away the dream, they remained standing. And sometimes, crawling counts too. Think about those we call big, those whose names fill books, documentaries, memoirs. Many of them weren't the best, but they were the last to give up. The inventor who fails 1,000 times, but who starts again. The singer refused by 10 labels, then signed by the 11th. The broke, mocked, ruined entrepreneur who starts from scratch and builds an empire. These stories are not mythical, they are banal. But persistence makes them extraordinary. And you, where is your abandonment threshold? Is it at the first obstacle, 10th? Or have you decided that your goal deserves more than your comfort? You see, the persistence is not spectacular. She is invisible. It resides in the small choices. That of finishing what you started, that of doing it again, even badly. That of saying again when everything in you says stop. Every step you take, even tiny, leaves a trace. And these traces end up drawing a path that nothing can erase it. The world belongs to those who hold on, not because they are the strongest, but because they refuse to give up. They advance in the rain, in the dark, in doubt. And one day, without fanfare, without announcement, the wall gives way. The project is taking shape, the momentum becomes flight, and everyone believes in sudden success. But you know it didn't come all of a sudden. You know that this day was born from 100 days before, days when you had nothing, except one thing, your decision to continue. 6. Cultivate your mind every day. Morning doesn't start with you waking up. It starts with your first thought. And that thought, it is either a power signal, be a discreet fire that slowly consumes your day. You see, your mind is not a simple spectator. This is the invisible conductor who directs each of your actions, who filters what you see, what you believe is possible, and what you decide to do or give up. Every day you have a silent choice. The choice to let your mind work in automatic or take back orders with intention. And you make this choice in the invisible, before speaking, before moving, right there in the intimate theater of your thoughts. So start here, every morning, a breath, an intention, a declaration. Affirm what you want to become, not like an empty mantra, but like an instruction intern. I am calm, I am strong, I am engaged, I create, I progress. Say it, even if you don't feel it yet, because your subconscious doesn't need proof. He needs repetition. Then visualize. Not with blur, not while daydreaming. See yourself in your daily life of success. Hear the voices, feel the textures, feel your posture. See your body in motion, your determined face, your constructed environment. Do you want a brain that believes in you? Give it to him every day the images to believe. And above all, be vigilant. Because there is a silent enemy who is constantly whispering, ton inner dialogue. This automatic voice that comments on everything. You're not enough. You're late. You won't make it. Why try again? It's not you. It's an echo of your past fears. And if you don't question it, it will become your reality. So as soon as you hear it, answer it, not with violence, but with authority. Thank you. But today, I'm choosing something else. You can't control all your thoughts, but you can choose which ones you feed. You can water hope, clarity, action, or you can let the wild grass of doubt, regret, fear grow. And don't forget, the thoughts you cultivate today will be the foundations of who you will be tomorrow. So treat your mind like a sacred garden, affirms, visualize, feel, cleans, and above all, protect him. Because a controlled mind is an aligned life. And every day, you consciously choose what you think. You are building a life that nothing can take away from you. Remember, you don't have to wait until you're confident to start. You have to start for the confidence to come. So today, choose to believe. Believe in yourself, in your goals, in your future, and start acting like it's already true. If this video inspired you, leave a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a boost. And above all, never forget, you are more powerful than you think.